Dang, I can't see me. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Lighting's still bad. It's usually dark in here. Oh, that's not gonna work. I don't got no better light. This is what it is. I need a lamp or some shit.
You gotta get you one of these makeup lights.
Yeah, see. My girl, it's our house.
Yeah, I use my girls, but I got to. Man.
Shalom, y'all. Shalom. It's gonna be a quick lesson. We coming on early tonight because we got a unity camp we gotta get to with the ITM. So gonna be an early class today. First and last time.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all this stuff going on.
Hold up, no. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom for the squad. Shalom, shalom. How about you? Outside Rockethon. I'll excuse me. I slept with the fan on last night because I sound a little stuffy.
There it is. There it is.
There I go. Nobody gonna tell me my meeting was croaky.
I don't know nobody from Chino, California. Which one of y'all calling me, man?
Shalom, Raya. Shalom.
I need my phone charger. All right. And my Bible. Hold up. I'm discombobulated.
It's all right.
But Judah gonna talk to y'all for a minute. I'll be right back. He got a list for y'all that has something to do with the stuff that's going on in the current times. So, Judah, where your shirt at?
I'm gonna tell you about that.
You gotta get the shirt. All right.
I know you're gonna laugh at me though. Hey, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. I'm Soldier Judah. Today we're gonna be going over, like you said, we're gonna be going over some things that has to do with the times. But my main thing that I wanted to go over was the behavior of our people when it comes to these protests and when it comes to chill so quiet. When it comes to how we're acting in these times. It seems like we do everything but what we're supposed to be doing. You know, we're doing everything but what we're supposed to be doing. I got a couple of videos. I'm gonna get through it quick as soon as the brother gets back. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Like I said, our behavior in these times are despicable, but we know that our behavior, or the people of our people's behavior who are not in the truth, is because of a lack of knowledge. Now, can you pull that to start us off, actually?
What happened?
Can you pull that in, what is it, Hosea? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Okay. Damn, that's what I was supposed to get my Bible. Okay. All right. Hosea 4:6. Can everybody hear me? It's good, G-Con. Nice to see you, brother. Pop right on in the chat one time.
You're gonna agree with this lesson. You're gonna agree with it.
Y'all hit the like button when you come in the building, because YouTube don't send out our notifications. It's daytime, so y'all gonna hear my phone ringing. So like it. Hold up, y'all.
I got the office phone ringing. Yo, like I was saying, he's gonna get the precept, but it's because of a lack of knowledge that our people are acting this type of way. What's the knowledge? The knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and that's what we do not have right now as a people. We don't operate on any type of morals, laws, guidelines, boundaries. We operate off our feelings and emotions, and then we wonder why things like this, what's going to us right now, happen. We act flabbergasted, bamboozled, run amok. We just act like we just can't understand why these things happen to us on a day-to-day basis. And just because the media doesn't put it out every day, it does not mean it doesn't happen on a day-to-day basis. But now we have these things called camera phones.
Sure.
Where we put it in everybody's face every day. The media has to talk about it. Do you think the media wanted to talk about this new brother in Atlanta that just got killed? No, they did not, because the world is in an uproar over George Floyd. But now because of a camera phone, they're talking about this new brother that got killed in Whitney's parking lot. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason that happened back to back. But we get killed every day in America. We just don't hear about it. So you good out?
Yeah.
Come. Shalom, y'all. Shalom. We're going to get into it and we're going to make it faster. Just get your notes out. If you're talking to any of your brothers or sisters, I didn't put this in any particular order. We're just going to move through the spirit with these precepts, show you a couple of videos. We're not even going to go through the whole video. We're just going to show you what I need y'all to see. Y'all can watch the rest of these videos on your own, and then we're going to get up out of here.
Yeah. I was trying to find the video on YouTube where the girl twerking, but
I already got it.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I got one of the many, but I got it. I got the newest one. This was the worst one.
Last time, the one Joel wanted me to go over, but I can't find it.
There was one that just came out today. It might be old, but I just seen it today, and this one's terrible.
That must be the one where the girl's butt naked, damn near.
She always got on a shirt. She don't even got, not the one with the leggings.
Yeah.
This joint don't even got no pants on.
So that's the newest one. But the other one, she had pants on. She was just pulling. Yeah. So, all right. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of their God, I also will forget thy children.
So we're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Like I said, we're operating off of feelings and emotions, and that's it. No guidelines, no principles, no morals, no nothing. We just operating off our own feelings.
So I can reading on that.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I will change their glory into shame.
So he said, I will change their glory into shame, right? And this is what we're going to see how our glory will change into shame in some of these videos, right? Back in the days of Martin Luther King, even though we're going to get on the marching, even though they were marching and we don't agree with it per se, because it's not going to do anything. At least the women were walking around with the dresses on and they were covered up and they were in one mind and on one accord. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you got women, what he was saying, twerking, people dancing, doing the electric slide, doing the swag surf, like they at their local HBCU. Like it's a party off of somebody's death. This is what it's supposed to be about, right? But it goes to show you that a lot of these people aren't out there for them brothers and sisters are out there for a reason. And some of them brothers and sisters are out to be seen of me and to party. That's what it's about. But we're gonna get on into that. The name of this class is Are You Insane? Right? And then I'm gonna go into another part of the class in about 20 minutes about things that we haven't tried. Because I don't want y'all I don't know whether it was a video or it was a class, I forgot, but he said something that stuck with me since then. He said it a while ago.
It was a video.
Right. They out there. It was a video?
Yeah, he was talking about this things we haven't tried as far as when he was talking about the protesters and how they don't have demands. All they do is protest, but they don't have demands for their protest. So there's many things that they haven't tried. All they've tried is protesting, which is the one thing that the white man wants us to keep doing because he knows it's not going to get us anywhere.
Right. So that stuck with me when he said one thing we haven't tried, and we're going to get into that. We're not going to expound on it right now. We're going to get into it, though. But my question to you, and I would like for you to ask your family members, because most of y'all that's coming up in here, y'all know the truth already. Time it is. When you send this to your family members, or if you're not in the truth, you just coming across this video, ask yourself, are you insane? Because the common definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. We've been marching since the 50s. We've been protesting since the 50s. We've been having sit-ins since the 50s. We've boycotted since the 50s, which I agree with boycotting. Let's hurt their pockets. I'm cool with that. But we've been doing chanting since the 60s or the 50s.
Something else we got to bring up that goes hand in hand with insanity. Stockholm Syndrome.
That's like a whole nother class, bro. We got to do that.
It says feeling of trust or affection felt in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking by a victim toward a captor. So you basically feel comfortable enough to protest with your captor. You feel comfortable enough to twerk in front of your captor at a protest. These are the same people who are kidnapping, killing, and lynching your people right now as we speak. That's Stockholm Syndrome, right in your face, every day on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, World Star, whatever you see where they protested. Facebook, it's all your people, my people, our people with Stockholm Syndrome.
And I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. I commented on this video. I'm sorry that I'm getting it. I'm showing it to you on my phone, but I couldn't find it online. This is the video the brother was talking about.
Shalom, King.
That the sister getting right in the police officer's face. And I'm gonna tell you what my comment was. Because it was an Afrocentric, a pro-black page that posted this, and it said twerk for the police with laughing emojis. And our people in the comments, I love it. And I said, twerk for the people who enslaved your people, whose ancestors enslaved your people. Twerk for the man whose ancestors used to rape your foremothers and your forefathers because he wasn't even attracted to his own wife. Rape the man whose ancestors took the man out of your household. Twerk for the man whose ancestors used to buck break your forefathers.
It's like, yeah, I gotta say, do y'all know where the twerk came from? Because I know many people from my generation think it's a new word, but Nipsey Hussle was telling girls to twerk. James Brown was telling girls to twerk. It's been a word that's been around for a long time. You know why? Because the twerk was the dance that the women, the bedwenches, used to do for the slave master. Most of our women don't know that. All they did was bring back the dance, right? African American studies teachers know what the twerk is because they lied to their students and tell them that it was the dance, the procreation dance that we used to do in West Africa, which is a damn lie. Right. So it's a dance that they used to do to arouse the slave master, something similar to what they would call a lap dance at the strip club. That's what your twerk is. That's where it comes from. And you guys are doing it right now in the face of the slave master on national TV, who's the cop, right? The paid assassins, right? So, I mean, that's what you're doing. That's what your twerk is. That's the insanity of our people, the Stockholm Syndrome. They feel comfortable enough to just do this dance in front of their oppressor, right? As if it's a show of disrespect, but it's not really a show of disrespect because it's the same dance that these same slave masters used to have y'all do in their face. Something similar like the woman was doing in front of the cop car right before they have sex with you in front of your husband on the slave plantation.
And he's in this car like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he like it. Because Becky don't got no behind to twerk with.
Right.
Becky be shaking her back. It just be her back moving. You know, she don't got no behind to twerk. So what are you doing to this man? He likes that. His ancestors like that. You know what I'm saying? He's the same as his ancestors. But this is us being destroyed for lack of knowledge. But we're gonna keep going. We keep marching. We've been doing it for years. But you don't think it's insane. Everybody knows the definition of insanity. But for some reason, black folks hasn't what's the word I'm looking for? They haven't linked that up with what we're doing now. What have we done differently? Nothing. We've been doing the same thing over and over. But let's keep going, right? Because we keep marching, we keep saying Black Lives Matter. Like these crackers don't know that Black Lives Matter. These crackers know your life matter. It don't matter to them, but they know they're taking a life. They know they're murdering people. They know that. They don't care. They will put on
Matt, I gotta show this so people don't think we lying.
Got it.
People think we Google scholars now, right?
Yeah, I know.
Twerk dates back to 1820s, says Oxford English Dictionary. Do you know why the Oxford English Dictionary has a word for twerk and has a definition for twerk that goes back to the 1820s when you niggas wasn't even free yet? Right? You go on Wikipedia, it tells you that the twerk was started by the twerk team in 2011. Them black girls that used to dance on Facebook, make YouTube, MySpace, all that crap, right? But it's actually started in the 1820s as a form of butt breaking, right? They're saying that the word was first used to refer to the twisting or jerking moment or a twitch, right? This twisting jerking movement was a movement that women that look like Miley Cyrus still can't do to this day. So it was a dance that only our women could do. It was a dance that was that our women were forced to do on the plantations, and it was given the name the twerk because it sounded like a tweak. I mean, it looked like a tweak, like we were tweaking. That's what the white people would use the word as. So they called it a twerk. That's where the name comes from. It wasn't even a word we invented. It was a word to describe the dance or the motion that our women would make while in front of the slave master, all the way in the 1820s. So just wanted to bring that up.
All right, there's no new thing under the sun. That spirit just came back, and we thought
no new thing under the sun.
Right, we thought it was just something. You know, we take pride in being able to dance. And hey, she's on the journey to change. This is not the new schedule. The brothers are going on to a unity camp this evening in Atlanta, and they're going to be going live then. So we're going to go ahead and knock this out now, so the brothers can go live later while they're at camp.
Yeah. Normally I would be getting on at 9:30, but today we're gonna be at camp for the unity camp for the brother that just got killed by the police while he was sleeping. So we're gonna go out there and show love for the brother, and because of that, everybody's going out to protest today downtown. So we're gonna be out there in the midst of the protest trying to teach people the truth. So because of that, we can't do the Milk Monday at night, so we're doing it right now. Make sure y'all still get the milk.
That's right. And please share this. Share this with your family. Share this with Facebook, social media with your
like the video so that people can see it when it does come out. Or when we're at camp, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Like I said, we've been protesting, you know what I'm saying? We've been asking, saying Black Lives Matter, I can't breathe, all these empty statements, right? Like these, and we're begging. I made that statement on Facebook not too long ago. When you go around saying Black Lives Matter, you're basically trying to charm a serpent, saying my life matters too. I deserve to breathe. When the Most High put you on this earth, that's when he told you deserve to breathe right there. So why are you asking for people to allow you to breathe? The devil to allow you to breathe. That's what you're doing. Protesting in front of the daggone courthouses and all this stuff like these crackers care about you. But we're going to get into that. Can you give me Lamentations 4? We're going to start at verse 17 through 20.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
It says, as for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help.
So it says, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. So we've been asking for help from Black Lives Matter, whose owner we have to do a class on that one. But that's a whole nother monster. Y'all people think that Black Lives Matter is for us, but it's actually against us. Our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. We're asking for the police chiefs to march with us. Asking for our white co-workers and our white friends to march with us and all this, right? Our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. Keep going.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
So it's already prophesied this nation cannot save us. We got freed from the shackles and the chains in 1865. It is now 2020. What do we have as a people? Everything that we've tried to do has been eradicated by the same people who love us to this day, right? So it says that our eyes have yet failed for our vain help, and we watch for a nation that could not save us. They can't do it. It's prophesied. They cannot do it. But we're always looking for help from everybody else, but who we're supposed to be getting help from. Keep going.
Salaki, I gotta show this because you went ahead and you did the air quotations for free, right? Just so people know. Google won't show you everything. You gotta go deeper than this. When you look up emancipation, they've changed the definition in the dictionaries that they use. This is the Oxford Dictionary, right? I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, this got to be Oxford. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, so the Oxford, right, describes it as the fact or process of being set free from legal, social, or political restrictions, liberation. And then similar, it says the freeing of someone from slavery, right? The thing is, the word we need to tag on to is process here, right? It's not a fact because we're not free. Really, the etymology of this word is the transfer, right? So we weren't really set free. The slavery was transferred from one group to the next group. So instead of it being an individual slave master that slaves would be under, we're now all property of the government or a specific state that you live in, or a specific state that you were born in, rather. That's why you have a social security number. The first two numbers and the last four numbers of your social security, or the middle two numbers and the last four numbers of your social security number have something to do with the state that you live in and the time that you were born in that state. So that's what your numbers coexist with. That's what they represent. So that's like your slave tag. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You weren't set free. You're still in the process of liberation. You're not actually liberated. This is still an ongoing process, which is why laws continue to change over and over and over again in America, right? Their people, to an extent, aren't even really free. This is why this is a nation that cannot save us. The laws that they have that make their people free are the same laws that made their people free when they created the laws for this nation. You understand what I'm saying? It's not necessarily to show or prove that this is exactly what happened, because it's a process that's still ongoing and a process that will always be ongoing for our people in this nation, because it was never something that was meant to stop. We weren't meant to be freed completely from slavery here, right? So that's just the way it is. Our people got to realize that. And that's the problem with the Black Lives Matter movement, because they're teaching them that it's possible to be freed without coming back to law, statutes, and commandments of your own nation. They're thinking it's possible to be freed by doing exactly what the people want us to do. So give me a second. I got to take this call.
Come on. I'll keep going. You good?
All right, bet. I'll be right back. Let me take this off. Okay, show.
I forgot to mute his mic. All right. So, verse 18, they hunt our steps that we cannot go on our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. Our end is come. So these same people that we look for vain help from, right? The nation that we look to save us, hunt our steps. That's why they can't save us, because they're hunting us. You can't look for if you're a rabbit and a coyote is chasing the rabbit, right? The rabbit's not looking for the coyote to save him while he's daggone chasing him. It's not working, right? The same people we're looking for help from, the same people we're looking to save us, they're hunting us. The rabbit can't look for another coyote to save him while he's being hunted. He's just going to chase him too, right? We're being trotted down. That's what's going on. Verse 19, our persecutors are swifter than the eagles. The eagle has been talked about multiple times in the scriptures, and it's also been tied to a certain nation of people, right? Every nation that the Edomites have had the eagle as representation at some point, right? It says our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven, right? They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. An eagle is a bird of prey, right? They're preying. They're swifter than the eagle. These people are preying on us, looking for help, and we're looking for them to save us. That doesn't make any sense, right? Let's keep going. The breath of our nostrils, the anointing of the Most High, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen, right? So we've been taken in their pits. We've been taken into captivity. We've been taken into their land. We've been taken into their grasp, right? And these people are seeking to destroy us. They're not seeking to make us equal, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like, nobody's going to pull you and make you equal to him if he's the man in power. That doesn't even make any sense. They're not going to do that, right? This is what these people do. Let's go to another verse. I'm going to go to Proverbs 11 and 21. Proverbs 11 and 21. Shalom, Terrence, shalom. All right? Because our people believe that these people are our friends because they're marching with us, right? And we're going to get on this friend stuff later. But they think that some all white people aren't bad because they're marching with us, right? And to be honest with you, they're trying to escape judgment by marching with you. I'm going to let you know that right now. The thing, if they join with us, they're going to escape judgment. Because when that time that the Most High puts on his people to destroy these folks, they're going to be like, oh, they're going to remember us. They're going to remember us. And we're not going to get persecuted when it's finally time for them to come get us. Because they already know in their spirit that there's going to be a time when that happens. Right? So, what is that? Normal 7 said, just like Pharaoh, they can't let us go. Their hearts won't let them. Calm, man's goings are of the Lord. Right? Just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, he's hardened these Edomites' hearts and not let us be free. That's just what it is. It's not going to happen. Right? When we were talking about twerking earlier, John Doe said, Trinidad Carnival, we've been twerking for many years. And we adopted Carnival from the French. That's right. And we're not supposed to be like the heathen. Right? The Bible says, envy not the oppressor, choose none of his ways. It seems like we do exactly what the Bible tells us not to do. And we choose all his ways. Right? So, this is Proverbs 11:21. It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right? Now, we know the 12 tribes of Israel, we're the seed of the righteous. But you have to be doing the law, statutes, and commandments for that to apply to you. You can't just, I'm an Israelite, not keep any commandments and think that you're going to be delivered. No. It says those that endure to the end, right? You have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to do that. But these people, they think that they join hand in hand with us and march with us in the whole nine, that they're going to go unpunished. But the Bible says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Right? Shall not be unpunished. Right? So let's go to another verse. Isaiah 30. And we're going to start at verse 12.
So
back? Okay.
Yeah, 30 and 12.
Come on. We're going to go to 17.
Oh, that was important. That was some money I had to pick up the phone.
Feel it. Ain't the Sabbath. You better get it.
Right? So,
yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Where'd my Bible go? Okay, here we go. You said Isaiah 30 and 12?
No.
Let me get it on here so I gotta pull up my Bible.
Right, so what he tried to get, my bad. So we went over how our eyes are filled with vain help, right? And we went over how though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, right? But there's a reason, like I said, this class isn't in any particular order, but there's a reason why we still feel like we need help from these people. Of course, there's a lack of knowledge, but this stuff keeps happening to us. We won't need no help from these people or feel that way if this stuff didn't keep happening to us. But this is going to talk about why. Go ahead.
Damn, I got a precept for this. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. It says, wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness, you're twerking and stuff, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
So he says, because you despise this word, right? What's the word? The law, statutes, and commandments of you. Because you despise this word, right? And you trust in oppression, you trust in these crackers, you thinking that they're going to step in front of the police and say, don't kill this man. They're really going to annoy the hell out of the judges and say, we need these cops death penalty, right? They need to be equal to us. They need to have the same educational system. They need to be, our people need to be punished just like their people get punished when they do a crime, right? They need to get the same paying jobs as us. If they have better qualifications, then they need to get a job. And we don't, these people are not going to do that, right? But we trust in oppression. We think marching with these people is going to change the narrative of black and brown people in America. And that's not how it works. But first of all, the Most High has put curses on us that no man, especially a heathen, can change. He can't even control his own movements, right? Let's keep going. We are at verse, but verse 13, it says, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, right? So because we don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments and listen to the word that the Most High gave us, the iniquities are going to come upon us at an instant. John, though, you're exactly right, man. One of the brothers from Believers of the Way just did a live on that and had all them people mad. I'm talking about mad. And Solomon, we're gonna get into that in a little bit. We're gonna keep going. Verse 14. I don't want.
Verse 14. It says, this Isaiah 30 or 14, and he shall break it as a breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare.
So, he said he shall not what?
He shall not spare.
Right. So when we don't listen to his words, whatever he does us, he's not going to spare not a one of us. Keep going.
So that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit.
Keep going.
Verse 15. For thus saith Yahweh power, the Holy One of Israel. In returning the rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. But
so it says, Salaki. So it says, in returning and rest shall you be saved. Returning to what? Right?
A lot of people.
The word of the Most High. Right? And in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and you will not. So we wouldn't return. We wouldn't do it. Because we are stiff-necked people. Keep going, I don't want.
Telling you what your strength is, and you won't do it. That's why he's got your perverseness being put out there the way it is, right? Your glory has been turned into iniquity and perverseness. That's what it is. Right. All because we won't come back to what he's given us to come back to. Instead of just coming back to the Bible, we'd rather put on an ankh and twerk in front of the police. You know what I'm saying? That's how people feel. Keep going.
And think we're making them mad by shaking our behind.
Right.
So
And
the white don't got in front of them when you're making them mad.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing. All right. So, for thus said Yahweh God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning in rest shall ye be saved, in quietness and confidence shall your strength, and ye would not. But ye said, No, for we will flee upon horses, right? Therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. So he said, oh, you can break that down?
Oh, no, huh? Go ahead. You got it.
He's saying that because y'all want to march, right? He's going to make your enemies march with you, right? Y'all going to be marching on one side with the white boys, and the enemy going to be in their riot gear with the batons and the smoke canisters and the rubber bullets ready to shoot y'all in the forehead, right? He's saying that, what else he said? Since y'all want to be swift, right? And just march swiftly and not come back to your law, statutes, commandments, and not stop your protest to hear what the brothers all down the street, everywhere that you go is out there saying, the ones with the Bibles in their hands. Because I don't think that there's been a protest in Atlanta without an Israelite being there yet, if I'm not mistaken. GMS Atlanta was in a protest. Sakari's been in a couple of them. We was around for the big one that happened in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So HOI has been there. So there's been a whole lot of camps. This is just in Atlanta. All throughout the year.
North Carolina was in it.
You see what I'm saying? So all these camps all throughout the United States have been out there on the highways and byways during the time of these protests, but the protesters aren't stopping to listen. They're being swift. So the Most High is making their enemies swift against them, right? Now they got swift agent provocateurs dressed up in all black with they signs in their hands, Black Lives Matter. But as soon as you turn your back, they throw a bomb from the back of the sign and they go blow up the damn store next door and have y'all looking like y'all did it.
I got a video on that. I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
That's swift. The Most High is making your enemies swift against you because y'all want to be swift towards him, right? Y'all want to hop on your horses and ride into the sunset with your white boys and your white friends. He's gonna make them ride back against you in all black. You feel me? Since y'all think you're black, Black Lives Matter, right? And you're marching with white folks, he's gonna have white cops dressed in all black come and knock all you suckers up.
That's funny,
right? That's the way the Most High works. But go ahead, it's like
read verse 17. You can break that down while I get my next precept.
Isaiah 30 and 17. 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one. At the rebuke of 5 shall one flee, till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of the mountain and as an ensign on a hill. He's saying this is how it's gonna be until it's time for us to like until that 1/3 is there. Because right now y'all put yourself out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a beacon on the hill if you in an airplane or a helicopter or something. That's how that's how the airplanes and the helicopters is able to see what you're flying over and stuff like that, where they need to land, right? Because they got these beacons that blink red that you can still see from that high altitude in the sky, right? He's saying y'all basically leaving yourself out there like a beacon. This is how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get that right. We have to understand that. The Most High is putting you guys out there to look as stupid as y'all do for a reason. And it's not going to stop until it's time for us to stop looking stupid, which is going to be the time when the 1/3 and the 144,000 rise up. You 2/3 going to continue to be stupid. Y'all going to stay in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are going to stay in a docile state, destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Y'all are going to keep trying to walk with your oppressors, hold hand in hand till you be destroyed. That's why those scriptures are in here. The brother's going to bring them out. But they're here because of what we're talking about today. It's because of what you guys are seeing all over the TVs right now. It's because of the stupidity of our people and the amount of Stockholm Syndrome that we have digested from generation to generation, right? That's what's made us the way that we are now. Go ahead, Doc.
That's right. Give me 62 and 10. We're going to get through it fast. I got a lot of precepts.
Proverbs 62 and 10.
Psalms 62 and 10.
So ain't no Proverbs 62. All right. All right. Psalm 62 and verse 10. Okay. It says, trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
So it says, trust not in oppression. That's where I want it. Right? Read it one more time.
It says, this is Psalm chapter 62, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery.
There we go. So it says, trust not in oppression, become not vain in robbery, right? We went over earlier. We've been trusting in oppression. We think the same people that oppresses us is going to help us, right? The robbed us, right? The same people who robbed us is going to help us, right? The Bible says, trust not in oppression. So the people of the people who are of Israel, right? That's not in the truth. Let's put it like that. I'm not gonna say they're not of Israel, but the people who are of Israel that's in the truth, or who are not in the truth, right? They're that march with the oppressed. They're the ones who believe there's one race. It's the human race.
Mm-hmm.
They have to, and the reason why I say that is because me and I don't want Eliel, and us at Sons of Thunder, we know for a fact that if one of those people ancestors did A, B, and C, their child is going to do A, B, and C. We're going to get on that in Isaiah, right? Because that's going to happen. We know that. It's not, oh, this group does bad, but a couple of these people over here, they're not going to do that. Muhammad Ali said one thing. He was like, when he was asked by a white person and on a talk show, he said, "Well, not all of." He was like, "So you think that all of us are bad, and not all of us are going to do A, B, and C?" He was like, "So I am in a pit full of snakes. So if I open a door and a bunch of snakes is sitting there, am I going to go through this? And some of them are venomous, and some of them are not. Right? Am I going to cipher through all the venomous snakes to see which one is good?" He was like, "No, I'm gonna close the door and get away from all of them." Right? But when you believe that there's only one race, a human race, you believe that there's some good in the middle. So you would take the risk of dying, being lynched, right? Being set up by the Antifa people that Trump keeps talking about, which they're there, right? You'll take that risk, then just separating all together, right? And just like Silverback Fitness said, we have a white Messiah complex. And because we've been groomed to believe Messiah is white, we've been groomed to love them no matter how much they show us that they hate us, which is Stockholm Syndrome. But I'm going to keep going.
Slaki. Every time you say something, I gotta get in the milk. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
We've never spoke about the human race thing on Milk Mondays before. But it's a common misconception that a lot of the Black Lives Matter protests have, right? We can protest with the white people because we're all one race. Y'all need to stop the racism. That's what the problem is. That's why the cops are killing us. We're all one race. And if we could join together and learn to love everybody, then it's not going to be any more problems, right? That's what they tell you. The problem is you all can't be the human race. Why? Because there's no such thing as a white human. No such thing as a red human.
They don't know what a suffix and a prefix is. They don't know what a suffix and a prefix is.
They don't, but we're going to show them. Human. This is the way that the word hue is supposed to be, because the word hue is a word. So a human is a type of man. So there's two types of people in the world, humans and mankind, right? Humans are the people that have melanin, and mankind is the people without melanin. One can maintain a healthy homeostasis on the planet Earth naturally, while the other cannot survive in Earth's atmosphere without extreme accommodations. So one of us can go outside, be in places like Georgia, you know what I'm saying, where I'm at right now, or Carolina, where the brother is, right? One of the Carolinas, either one, because they both can get hot. You know what I'm saying? You could be in Florida, Alabama, whatever. You could go outside in the summertime, kind of like it is now, be in the sun all day Saturday, like we are at camp, and not have to put on any sunscreen, not get sunburnt. You know what I'm saying? Because we can survive in the atmosphere naturally, right? Because we have hue, melanin, the type of the tint in our skin that protects us from the sun and actually allows us to absorb the sun's rays. It gives us a certain amount of vitamin C, vitamin D, all that type of stuff, right? But the white man, the so-called white man, the man with no melanin, the pale-faced devil, right? He isn't a human. He has no hue. He has no melanin. So if we were to say there's only one race, the human race, that would literally include everybody but the white man, which would mean that it can't be the only race because one of the people on earth isn't included.
Hey,
that's why it's a mankind, because the white man, so-called, is still a man, right? But then there's humans. So there's humans, aka the mans of color, right? The men of color, people of color, right? And then there's mankind. All the types of man, all the different kinds of man, which includes the pale-faced man, aka the man with no hue, the non-human being. That's who Esau is. You crackers, right?
Here's the reason. Here's the reason why when they got to the moon, he said, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. He said that for a reason. But other day, sometimes we get on this class and we get on stuff and we really like it'd be a whole other topic. We'd be having to. Sometimes we got to go back through these videos and take some topics out of it. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7:7. I'm gonna be fast.
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
We all know this.
Every protester needs to learn.
That's right.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So oppression makes you mad. You want to start protesting. You want to do that. All right, cool. But as soon as some white folks come up there and say, yeah, I agree. We need to protest. Who's we? That should be the question. But we need to protest. Black lives matter. You be like, you know what? I thought Esau was the damn devil, but he might not be. All of them aren't bad, right? But let's keep going. Give me Isaiah 59. We're going to read verse 1 through 14. I'm going to try not to stop you that much, and if I do, I'm going to be quick with it because I got preset on. Okay.
Isaiah 59. And we got to remember, right? The gift destroys the heart. They gave you a gift by allowing you to protest your problems when you're not even considered to be a full human being in their constitution. Right?
Listen to what he just said, though, right?
That's a gift.
They gave you a right to protest, which was the gift, right? So let's say if we couldn't protest, what would be our reaction then?
The same reaction that we had during Jim Crow laws, to just sit back and get lynched and to look master, not look master in the eye when we're walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That was the only solution we had. So now they've given you a solution. We're gonna make you think you're equal, and we're gonna allow you to protest.
And that's as far as
gay people, right? The difference is between us and gay people, because Joel brought this out, right? The other elders at other camps have brought this out in the last week or two. How they're liking, how they're joining the gay rights movement with the Black, Hispanic, Native American problems, right? So basically, everything that we've done to try to make our problems better in America, the gay rights people have been able to do to make their problems better in America. The difference has been actual legislation has gone out to make the gay people's problems not problems in America. And there has been no legislation to stop us from getting killed by the police, right? There's been legislation made to allow a man to go into a woman's bathroom if he got a wig on in a bra with nothing in the bra, you know what I'm saying, and some girl pants on, but he could go into the woman's restroom and act like a woman, you know what I'm saying? But there has been no law that prevents a Black man from being wrongly killed by the police, right? There hasn't been a law that stops that stops the police from being able to just wake up an unarmed man and shoot him in the face or something. You know what I'm saying? There's not nothing that allows the police to not kill anybody that isn't armed with the weapon.
Check this out. There's another thing that he said too that stuck with me on that same subject. LGBT and the Black people that are protesting. One is protesting for a right to practice a behavior. One is fighting to breathe. Come on, that doesn't even equate, but whatever. We're gonna go through Isaiah 59, 1 through 14. We're actually gonna go through to 19, but we're gonna stop at 14.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 1. Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
So don't believe that the Most High can't save you or he can't hear you.
Keep going.
Yeah.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your God.
What separated us?
Your iniquities have separated between you and your God.
So like I don't want to say earlier, they know that us going off separate, right? They know this. He brought that out earlier, right? So it said, don't think God can't save you or he can't hear your prayers. Your iniquity is the reason that you're separate from my power. Go ahead.
So like, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
So my bad. So our sins are also doing it. What is sin? Transgression of the law. 1 John 5:3. Keep going up.
For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue has muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor any pleadeth for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
So he listed all these things. We're defiled with blood, right?
Okay.
Our fingers are we speak lies. We utter perverseness. Nobody calls for justice. Nobody tells us to do right. You know what I'm saying? Nobody pleads for truth. We trust in vanity. Once again, there it goes again. Trusting in vanity, trusting in everything but the Most High our power, right? We can see mischief. We speak lies and we bring forth iniquity, right? Keep going up.
Verse 5. They hatch cockatrice eggs and weave a spider's web. He that eateth their eggs dieth, and which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. This is
so
the
this could be twofold. Go ahead.
No, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say this is the white man.
I was about to say this could go twofold. This is Esau, right?
It's our people
and
too.
It could be our people. Keep going up.
But in the instance of what we've seen on TV right now, this is describing Esau, the police. That just
right.
After the brother picks up the taser and he's running from them, he only got the taser in his hand to protect himself in case they get close to him again. But he's not picking up the taser and tasing them with it while he's standing up. He picks it up and proceeds to run away from them, right? And they decide to chase him, right? As if they're hunting our steps, like the Bible says, right? So they literally chased the brother, right? They chased after iniquity and took his life away. So their feet ran to iniquity, rather. But
That's right.
So like it says, their violence are the works of iniquity, and their acts of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil, and they make waste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are the thoughts of iniquity, waste and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not. There is no judgment in their doings.
What's that?
There's no judgment in their doings. Y'all can't say he was running away. Why they didn't shoot him? Why the cop didn't have the wherewithal to get off the brother's neck when he stopped breathing, when he stopped talking? Because they don't have judgment to do that. Their judgment is to do the worst thing they could do to you possible. That's what their thought is, their thought process. That's the only judgment that they have. They don't know peace. Peace, but there is no peace. Jeremiah told you that. Y'all are preaching for them to give you something that they are not capable of giving you. They didn't give peace to the natives. They didn't give peace to the East Indians that they brought over here. They didn't give peace to their own people from the Irish nation. They didn't give peace to our people on the slave like on the slave plantations. They didn't give peace to nobody. They don't know how to give peace, whether it's to their people or our people. Peace isn't in them. That's why it's vain help that you're looking for in this nation. It's vain help because it's literally you're looking into something that these people aren't capable of giving you.
That's right. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Therefore is judgment far from us, neither doth justice overtake us. We wait for light. Oh, sorry.
This is my bad. So this is about us right here. Judgment is far from us when it comes to them being judged for the things that they're doing. Right? We say no justice, no peace. We begging for justice because we know we're not going to get it. I should have brought that precept out. Was in Zechariah where it talks about I drew a blank. But anyway, them find themselves not guilty. I drew a blank. Anyway,
7:9.
Believe so. It's either 11:9 or 11:4.
11.
Uh-huh.
Oh. I thought it was, thus saith the Lord, the host, saying, execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion. No, that's not what you do.
No, Zechariah 11:4-5. I got it right here.
4.
Yeah, I got you. It's right here. So it says, thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter who possess, slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them, say, blessed be the Most High, for I am rich and their own shepherds pity them not. This is what's going on right here, right?
All right, 11.
It doesn't overtake us, right? We don't get that, right? We keep going, Adawan.
What was that? Isaiah 59.
59:9, after overtake us.
My bad. I clicked out there. All right. Therefore, is judgment far from us, neither doth justice overtake us. We wait for light, but behold obscurity, for brightness, but we walk in darkness.
Keep going.
We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we had no eyes. Boy, y'all didn't get that. Because that's what we're doing right now with the protests. We groping as if we can't see that the protests didn't help our situation change in the 60s. The protests didn't help our women's situation change in the 70s because they still get paid less than the white women and stuff like that, right? So our women still get killed by the police in the jail cells, and still get our grandmas are still getting pulled out the driver's windows by the police at a traffic stop. So it's like these are the type of things that happen, right? To our people, our men and our women. So it's like y'all are groping at the walls as if you have no eyes, because it's literally like you can't see the type of stuff that they've been doing since you've been protesting, and you want to keep protesting. It's like you're blind. That's what the Most High is saying. You have eyes that you can't see and ears that you can't hear to this very day. It says, as if you have no eyes, we stumble at noonday as in the night, and we are in desolate places as dead men, aka ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
We roar all like bears and mourn sore like doves. We look for judgment, but there is none, for salvation, but it is far from us.
So it says we roar like bears. And this is what I seen when I seen this, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, Adawan, because I could have took this the wrong way. But when I read the scripture, this is what I imagined. Let's think of little Ray getting shot in the street. Mom comes out the house and sees him dead in the street, right? With her reaction when it happens, right? We mourn like sore doves. We look, and then after this is all over, we roar like a bear, we mourn like a dove. We look for judgment. We in these courthouses. Any of y'all who's ever been with to that last precept we read Zechariah 11:4-5, and then we're reading Isaiah 59, verse 1-14. That last one he just read was verse 9 and 10. But if you ever been through go on these courthouses, we waiting, you know what I'm saying? But we don't get any. Zechariah 11:5, right? We don't get any, right? For salvation, but it is far off from us. There's no salvation for us, right? But all the reasons why we do that, and it's about to tell you. Can you keep going? Verse 12.
Verse 12. It says, "For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them."
So it says our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. So you in court and you testify, our sins are speaking for us, right? This is why we go through the thing we're going through. But we're thinking, oh, it's just the white man. We know the white man's the devil and he does things to us, but we don't look at it as what are we doing wrong as a people. We're not thinking about that, right? It says our transgressions are with us. As for our iniquities, we know these things. We know them, right? Keep going, Adawan.
Verse 14. No, I'm not at 14 yet.
Verse 13.
13. In transgressing and lying against Yahweh and departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood. And judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth far off. For truth is fallen in the street, and iniquity cannot enter.
Iniquity cannot enter. Now, so it said, my real point is verse 14, because all these things in verse 13, it says that justice is turned away backward. So instead of justice coming to us, it's going the opposite direction, right? Judgment is turned back. We get judged for the things we do. They don't get judged for the thing they do, right? I just saw a picture on Instagram. TK, that little rapper, he killed 2 people and did an armed robbery. He's looking at the death penalty. There's this Edomite dude that shot up a school. He shot, I think he killed 11 people and shot 23 other people, other than 11 that he already shot, right? He attempted to kill them, so he got 11 murders, if not 17, I forget. But it's either 11 or 17 murders, 23 attempted murders, and he's not even looking at death. And he has the possibility of parole. He's not looking at the death penalty. He has the possibility of parole, but TK is looking at the death penalty with no possibility of parole if he doesn't get the death penalty, right? Judgment is turned backwards, right? And it says, and justice stand afar off, right? And equity cannot enter. You're looking for equity, you're looking for equality, you're looking for not happening in this wicked kingdom at all. So quit looking for it. We're gonna go through 15 to 19. We're gonna get to these next precepts. These next precepts ain't gonna be long, and we're gonna wrap this joker up. Verse 15.
Verse 15. Yeah, truth faileth. Truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
So it says when you depart from evil, it makes you a prey. Now this is the flip side to that, right? It makes yourself a prey. The Most High sees it, and it displeases him. It displeases him that there was no judgment. Keep going.
Verse 16. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arms brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him.
Come on.
Verse 17. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with the zeal of cloak. According to their deeds, according he will repay. Fury and his adversaries. He will repay fury to his adversaries. Slakia. Recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense.
Right.
So shall they,
Go ahead.
So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up the standard against him. I gotta read 22. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. Said, yeah.
So I'm glad you read that, because you know what? The people who believe that Black Lives Matter, who follow that movement, believe there's one race and it's a human race. Verse 20 just cut that. Well, I'm gonna explain verse 18 and 19 real quick, right? So it says, when we put on the breastplate of righteousness and all that good stuff that the Christian church loves to do. I was in church one time, and then the pastor was like, it was a woman too. She was like, do this. We were putting on the helmet and the cloak and she got us in there miming like we putting on clothes. I wasn't doing it because I wasn't stupid. But there's actions that come with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's actions that come with that. Those are actions. That's just the Most High, he speaks in code. If you don't get the message, right? So if we don't turn back to his word and operate in the spirit of righteousness, which is keeping the law, we don't get the things that are going to happen in the rest of verse 18. How he's going to repay fury and vengeance to his adversaries and recompense to his enemies. And that can be twofold. Because if you're not following the laws of the Most High, you're not a friend of the Most High, you're his enemy. It can happen to you. But it can is also meant first for the enemy that's listed in Psalms 83, verse 1 through 7.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant for the heathens. And once we come back to what we're supposed to be doing, he's going to repay them. Right? All right. So then it says, verse 19, so shall they fear the name of the Most High from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. So from the east to the west, they're going to fear him. Not only us fearing the Most High, which is keeping his commandments, the heathen are going to fear the Most High. The whole world. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Most High shall lift up a standard against him. They're going to get taken out when we're operating in what we're supposed to be operating in, which is the law. Verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, not the whole world. All right? And unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob. What is transgression? What is sin? The transgression of the law. So we turn, only Jacob can turn from sin. That's why it says in Jacob saves the Most High. Right? Beautiful precept. I like that one. I have to put that in my John 3:16 notes. I got to add to that. Let me get Baruch 3 and 8. We're going to fly through these. I promise. We're going to get
Who did? 15, turn on back on shit. It was someone one. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Let me get this right quick. Before we read that. Getting text messages from Kim. All right. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 9. I'll read it.
I got you. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. And it says, but take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Right.
You going?
Saying, no. This is saying our people have let the freedom that they got, right? Liberty, for those of you that don't know, means freedom. Our people are letting their freedom, right? AKA the gift that you were given through the Emancipation Proclamation, which allows you to protest for nothing, right? This gift that you were given has become a stumbling block for the weak, right? The weak is the people that's not following the law, statutes, and commandments of our God. That are of our people, right? So they're weak because they're thinking that in their Stockholm Syndrome mental state, that they're going to get something different from the same oppressors that have put them in this situation. So that's them trusting in oppression, and that's literally the liberty that they've been given by their oppressor, right? The freedom, the little bit of freedom that they think they have, that they've been given by their oppressor, is enough to become a stumbling block for them because they actually believe that their oppressor would change the situation for them when they've had 400 years to do so and they haven't done it yet.
That's right.
You've been in a free state for over 100 years. We had Black Wall Street got burnt down 100 years ago, 1920. It's 2020 now. So we've been free for over 100 years. Within this 100 years, we also had our own community that we built up, not under the law, statutes, commandments, but it was still our own community nevertheless, right? So through that and us not following the law, statutes, commandments, them burning it down, causing us to do civil rights to be brought back into their society, right? Which is what the civil rights movement was really about. It was to give us rights to be able to live amongst the white people since they burnt down our own community. That's the whole reason the civil rights movement had to be brought apart. And they made it a multiracial thing by allowing white people to join into the movement to try to make racist white people, as if that wasn't all of them, like accept us for who we were, right? Not just by the color of our skin, but the content of our character, like Martin Luther King said. So that's what this was about. All of that has become a stumbling block because to this day, even with the proof that none of that stuff is going to change, you guys are still doing what you're doing. So go ahead. Slide. That's all I want.
It's all good. It's all good.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 8, right?
Correct.
It's one of my favorites. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our power.
So it said, we are yet this day in our captivity. Let the things that were written aforetime be written for our learning, right? So we're yet this day in our captivity, right? So it says, where thou hast scattered us. We already know the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered. We already know that, right? So it says, for a reproach and a curse. We know these curses are found Deuteronomy 28, starting at verse 15. But this one is it's a couple of times from 58, but it's 68. We know that fits us as far as a people, because That's the kicker. That was a kicker for me when I came into the truth, right? So it said, and the curse be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the power of, the Most High power. We departed. How did we depart? Because we didn't listen to him. We decided to do everything but listen. All right? But that's pretty self-explanatory. Can you give me 13? We're going to go through 16.
Say it again. You broke up.
13, Isaiah 13 and 13. We're going to go to verse 16. Because people think that, like in Proverbs, it said, don't hand join in hand. We think that because we're with each other, everything's going to be all right, and we're one human race and all this. But this is what the Most High says about the people who feel like we can join hand in hand with them.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every man to his own land.
Okay, so you think that these Edomites love you, they're going to be with you. And this day when the Most High brings his anger on the earth, they don't love you enough to die, even though that's their fate regardless. They're going to go back into their own people, and they're going to flee. This is prophesied. It's going to happen. So
this
think
right before the race wars.
And you think, exactly, and you think because the Christian pastor tells you that we all supposed to love each other and the whole nine, and you're a Christian and they're a Christian, you think this is in Isaiah 13. How did they read this and not, like, this is verbatim. There's no Christian that can go right. There's no Christian, but they don't bring this out though, because there's no Christian doctrine that can go around that. The Most High said all people are going to go through their own people and go into their own land. How do you negate that with Christian doctrine? You can't. We keep going on a while.
It says, verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is found unto them shall fall by the sword.
So everyone that's found together and everyone that is joined together unto the people that they're not supposed to be joined to are going to die by the sword. So you're still going to be separated. So it does not matter. There's going to come a day when you have to get with your people. So the coons got to come back. Ain't that crazy? The coons got to come back, and the white trash got to go there. Ain't that crazy?
They got to get rid of the coon stash first. I ain't let nobody in with that Judge Joe Brown.
Spirit. Like, yo, you going to either you get with it or you die. But everybody got to go back to them. They're going to be, there's going to be coons and uncle and auntie working that are crying because they got to come. Don't take me back over there. Yeah, because your whole life you said that you was a coon, and now you got to come back to us. And we probably going, never mind. All right. What happened to their children, though? Verse 16.
Verse 16. So their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So before you die by the sword, you're going to see your children dashed to pieces. Your wives are going to be ravished, and your houses are going to be robbed. And then you're going to die by the sword because you wanted to go against the grain. Ain't that crazy? Let's keep going, though. Romans 11 and 8. We're going to go fast on this. Got about 25 minutes. We're going to knock this out.
Wait. What you say?
Romans 11 and 8.
Romans chapter 11 and verse. Oh, I know that one by heart. It says, according to as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that cannot see and ears that cannot hear to this very day.
So, and like I said, this class is not in any particular order, but he gave us the spirit of slumber. He's put a spirit of stupor over us that we can see. I
gotta show that because people be think I'm lying when I say that.
I'm going to the videos anyways. Go ahead.
I'm gonna show you. No, keep talking. I'm gonna just show them what that scripture say in the blue letter. I mean in the
Okay. And I'm gonna show y'all a couple of videos. I'm gonna show y'all where to find it so y'all can look at it for y'allself. So he gave y'all a spirit of stupor, a spirit of slumber. So you can see what's going on, but you won't believe. You can see that these people hate us, but you're still gonna believe that some of them love you. You're gonna see that
here it is.
You're gonna be able to see that the judges don't give you no justice for your brothers and sisters being shot down by the police like dogs. But you're gonna still believe in the justice system. Hey, JD Marty, we don't have a camp in New York as of yet. But if you Email us at Sons of Thunder Israelites. Become a prospect and get through the prospect phase and become a soldier and be diligent. You may be able to start the first one in New York. But go ahead, Adawan.
Let me show y'all this right quick, right? Because brothers be thinking we ain't telling the truth when it comes to. I call brothers stupid because I go through what the Bible says, right? And this is one of the biblical translations in the book that I grew up using, right? So when I used to read this verse, Romans 11:8, even though I didn't know what it meant, I remembered this one because of what it said in the NIV version. It says, as it is written, God had given him the spirit of stupor. If you those guys don't know what the word stupor means, this is the etymological word of the word stupid. No different than spittle is the etymological word of the word spit. So stupor is supposed to be the mental state that you go into when you're considered stupid or dumb. You understand what I'm saying? So this is literally telling you that the Most High gave them a spirit of stupid, eyes that can't see and ears that can't hear to this very day. That's why I say the word so much, because it's in the Bible. Anyway, go ahead.
That's right. So I'm gonna show y'all what a spirit of stupor is. I'm gonna do it really fast. I'm not about to watch the whole video. We're not gonna keep pausing and all that like we normally would if we started on time. But most of these on World Star Hip Hop. The other two on YouTube. Go look at them for yourself. Let me know if you see my screen. I don't want.
Come on, you see it.
All right, World Star Hip Hop.
I think I made it bigger. There you go.
Come. So all you got to do is type in "no justice, no peace." This will pop up. We're in a spirit of
screen.
Huh?
Can you make it full screen so they can actually see it?
Come.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
All right, so this is a protest. Don't know where it's at, but this is a protest, and they're supposed to be protesting about the death of our brother George Floyd, and I believe also about the brother who was recently killed in Atlanta. And this is what we're doing. So what?
That looks like Atlanta.
I thought it was, but I ain't from there, so I ain't want to say it. But here you go.
Was he rapping?
You said what?
Is he rapping?
He's rapping. Now watch this brother that's about to come up, and then watch when Esau gets in.
Oh, wow.
Look at Jay. He goes and gets Esau. Right. This is supposed to be about us. Right. But watch this.
Hey, pause it. Y'all see the fat boy got on the cross, right?
Yep.
This is what Christianity does to you. He's wearing the idol around his neck as he's dancing like damn Terrio or whatever the fat boy name is, right? Terrio, the little fat kid that they used to have dancing. You know what I'm saying? That's who this man is. And notice they have it with rap, right? Ice Cube, for those of y'all that don't know, is coming into the truth. He put out a post recently that just mentioned the stuff that was going on with the rap music, the rap industry. Why they have this type of stuff being perpetrated through the rap industry, because it's our culture, it's our people that's predominantly in that field. So that's why the brother's rapping at a Black Lives Matter protest, and there's a brother dancing, doing the whatever that dance is called, right? Go ahead.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, that's the white boy dance. The boy that lived down the street from my house made that up. The white boy from Brookwood. He's the one that came up with that dance. That's that gave the spotlight for the black rap dance culture thing. It was that dance right there.
Yep. So that's a spirit of stupid. But we're gonna keep going because y'all not gonna believe one. All right. We're gonna see. This is the twerking one. And we're just gonna go through it, but this is terrible. All right. Let me know when you can see it and when it's in full screen.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
Fuck it up, sis. 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 I love it. 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 Yes, baby.
You really think that Esau? I'm not watching that no more. You really think that Esau is not aroused by that, bro? They like that. They like that. But we gonna keep going because I got more.
I never seen that one before, bro.
That was wild, bro.
That in front of the police.
in front of the police. And then when she got up and said, "Kiss my black ass," like the police and like, shit, I would. You feel me? But can you see my screen? Can you see my screen now? Yo, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we see it. We see it.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to read what they said. I ain't never seen this one either.
All right, here you go.
Oh, snap. Hold on. This is what Joel was talking about when they went into the Gucci store and jugged all the Gucci stuff. She got a purse, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember we was at camp during the day of the protest, and Joel was like, they broke into the Gucci store at the Mall of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They broke into the Gucci store at Lenox. Yep. They broke into the Gucci stores at them two places, and the girl got on a mask to show that she stole the purse, but she don't want them to see who she is. So she got the Gucci purse on. She got the ski mask on so that you can't see that she the one took the purse from one of them two malls. So this is the type of stuff that our people doing, man.
Yep. But hey, I got 15 minutes, but we're gonna get as many presets as we can. We'll probably just have to do another one.
We'll continue on this next Monday. If I can't get back on sometime during the week to continue this.
Yeah, we can do that. That'll be cool. Give me I got 2 more videos, but I'm gonna really dig deep into these other 2, and I really wanted to bring them out today. And these are going to go into the friend scriptures, how we think, how we have to prove our friends. And these other 2 videos I gotta dig deep into.
We can say that for the class then.
All right, I'm a hold them videos and what we haven't tried for that video. Maybe I might have to get into what we haven't tried in a few seconds. Give me Ecclesiastes. I'm sorry, Ezekiel 12:2.
Ezekiel chapter 12. Hold on, can't promise you. It's Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. It says, "Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house."
So the Most High is saying we are rebellious. We got eyes to see, and we still can't see what's really happening. We got ears to hear, and we can't hear what's really happening because of that spirit of stupid that was put on us in Romans 11:8. Right?
Let's
see here. Give me Jeremiah 5, verse 20 and 21, real quick.
20 to 21. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, and verse 20. "Declare this in the house of Jacob, and publish it in Judah, saying, I hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not." So he's telling you how to listen to something. Read 22.
No, unless you want to. Oh, whoa. Yeah, go ahead and read that.
Says, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which I've placed a stand for the bound of the sea by perpetual decree? That is, cannot pass it." And because he had to say that because, brothers didn't understand what that said when he said that. So he had to say that means he can't pass it. You know what I mean? Says, "And through the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it. But this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone." I'm trying to say, y'all, Most High can't even bring y'all back, bro. That's why 2/3 you have to die.
You gotta go, right? So, right. I got a few more scriptures. I'm gonna save all my Torah scriptures because that's about being a friend, and we got to get into that. Can you get me?
That's what next weekend will be about, because I got some precepts for that. That's bouncing off my dome right now too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Romans 1 and 2.
Romans what?
1 and 28.
Every time you say that, they break up. Romans what?
1 and 28.
Oh. All right. This is the book of Romans chapter 1, verse 28. "And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do things which are not convenient.
That's right. So he's giving a lot of our people over to a reprobate mind. We just saying the same thing over and over. Spirit of stupor, blinders on their eyes, spirit of slumber. Same thing over and over. He's giving us to a reprobate mind so that we will do things that are not convenient, like march with our enemy. Because when the Most High judges, let's just say the Most High, right? Isaiah 13 through 16, wants to judge the heathen in that particular group. You're going to get it too. It's not like he's going to get Putin to not drop a nuclear bomb, but just a regular bomb and just to tear up the people in that specific area. And it hits all of y'all in that group, but all of y'all, all the heathen is dead, but you just standing around. No, you're going to get it too. When the heathen get bombed, you get bombed too.
Hey, proof is in the pudding, right? When you march with the enemy, you get a rubber bullet to the face.
Man.
Right? It wasn't even her that was breaking into the place that was starting a fire and stuff. It was Esau. Esau had the gas canisters. Esau had the fireworks. Esau had the smoke canisters, the smoke bombs, the matches, all that stuff that you seen setting stuff on fire, breaking into the buildings. That was all Edomites. We've seen the video. But who got hit in the face with a dang rubber bullet? Eve.
Right. That's right. That's right. Right. So let's see. I want to give me Deuteronomy 28 and 28. And then we're going to jump to verse 66.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
So we're smitten with madness because you have to be mad to believe that these people love you, right? Read that again. I'm sorry. It
says Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
We've been talking about the blindness for the past couple of verses, and he's going to give them an astonishment of heart.
I got to read this part. Can I read 29?
Yes, sir.
It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday, because it's a precept you brought out already. This is where it comes from. As the blind gropeth in the darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Hence your protest, right? You're doing the same thing that they did in the 60s, which was a paid event to happen so that y'all will continue to do it, right? MLK told you that. I've integrated you guys into a burning house. In his Donald Trump voice. Because he knows that y'all were integrated into something that's going to eventually burn. And you being integrated with them means that you're going to be the hands that are found among them that shall be thrust through.
Right.
That's y'all. So that's what it's talking about here, man. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So that's what it is. No man except Mashiach Yahushua.
Give me verse 66.
Verse 66. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 66.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me get this precept, then we're gonna go to 66.
All right, bet.
This is going back to the folly and the spirit of stupor and all the stuff that Jake likes to do while we're protesting and we're supposed to be mad, right? And we're supposed to be crying aloud and despairing not. This is what, but we're instead of doing that, we're operating in folly. This is a precept for that. This is Sirach 20 and 30, 31. It says, "Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom." If you know you're gonna be a nigga, if you're supposed to be protesting, and if you know you're gonna be a nigga, stay at home. Hide that, please. It's better for you to do that, right? It's better for you to just stay your butt at home, but we can't do that. We have to be seen of men. But go ahead, give me Deuteronomy 28:66. I had to bring that one out.
Deuteronomy 28:66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall none assurance of thy life.
That is a curse. That is a curse. Our life hanging in doubt. When you see the police get behind us, we scared. This, that, and the third. That is a curse.
Right? I'm driving, right? And it's a cop that's coming in my rear view. And it's a black brother, a Jake, right, in the car next to me. He in a Mercedes. It's red, right? We both like identical with each other driving down the street, and we see the cop pulling up, right? I'm looking at him because I just wanted to see. I be thinking in my head, am I the only one that be looking back multiple times when a cop is behind me and stuff, right? So I look next to me because the brother's windows wasn't tinted and stuff, so I can see everything he's doing. I'm looking in the car, and he's looking back longer than mine. He just every 2 seconds, he's looking back to see if the cop's still behind him because he don't know if he gonna get pulled over and lose his life. He ain't doing nothing wrong. He's just driving. But that's the type of fear that we have because we have no assurance of our life in this captivity. So just driving down the street, minding your own business, I'm on the phone, right? But I see the cop in my rear view. I'm looking back. I know I ain't doing nothing wrong, but I'm still looking back. See, is he gonna try to pull me over? And the brother next to me doing the same thing. He ain't in the truth, ain't got no fringes, don't even got a beard. But he's doing the same thing. Because his life hangs in balance. He has no assurance. Don't even know what the scripture says. Probably don't even know the Bible. But he's going through the same thing I'm going through. Because we at least have that much common knowledge, right? If you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American in America, you could be killed at any time because you have no assurance for your life in this captivity. Go ahead.
So guess what? Plans got canceled because of the weather, so I'm good. All right. Yeah, bro, it's raining.
This looks like it's about time to go to camp.
Yeah, all right. Oh, what time y'all gotta go?
6:30. They start at 6:30. I'll be late.
Okay. I'm gonna run through this real quick then.
It's a unity camp. I ain't mad about being late. They're gonna be out there for hours. So
all right. So I'm gonna keep going.
30 minutes away from the camp spot. I'm already ready, so I'm good.
Can I get into my friend scriptures? Or you want to wait?
How many of them is there? No, I say that for next week because I got that other stuff. If you bring that up, I'm gonna want to bring out the precepts I got, and we ain't gonna be able to do it.
We're gonna hold that. So I'm gonna get into what we haven't tried. I got a few scriptures on that, and that's it. So I just asked y'all earlier, are you insane? We've been doing the same thing over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? And we've been expecting a different result, right? And we've been marching, we've been protesting, we've been acting in the spirit of folly, we've been joining hand in hand with the oppressor, we've been seeking vain help. It hasn't worked, right? But give me Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, chapter 6, verse 37, and you bring that and you explain it. 1 second.
All right. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 37. Yet if you bethink yourselves, let me start at 36. If they sin against thee, for there is no man which sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, which the Most High obviously is, and deliver them over before their enemies, which is why y'all getting shot in the face with rubber bullets, and they carry them away captives unto a land far off or near, which is the land of captivity that the brother brought out to you in Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. If they be 37. Yet if they bethink themselves in the land whither they were carried captive, right? And turn and pray unto thee in the land of their captivity, saying, we have sinned, we have done amiss, we have dealt wickedly. If they return to thee with their heart and with their and with all their soul in the land of their captivity, whither they have carried them captive, right? And prayed toward their land, which they gavest unto their fathers, which thou gavest unto their fathers, Slakia, and toward the city which thou hast chosen, which is obviously Jerusalem, because Joel 2:27, the Most High dwells in the midst of Israel, right? And toward the house which I have built for thy name, Jerusalem, then hear thou from the heavens, even from thy dwelling place, their prayer and their supplications, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people which have sinned against thee. So it's basically telling you that we need to repent. And the only way to repent, the only way is to make Black lives matter. If you want to consider us as Black people, right, would be to come back to the Black law, statutes, and commandments, which would be the Israelite law, statutes, and commandments, because Black is a word synonymous with the Israelites, as we see in Acts chapter 13, verse 1. So that's what this is. Whether you believe you Black, African American, well, there's no such thing as African American in no book. So whether you think you Black or Hebrew Israelite, right, your life isn't going to matter until you come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High.
That's right. That's right. He basically said what I had to say. These precepts are the things we haven't tried. We tried marching. We tried voting. We tried changing legislature. We tried protesting peacefully. We tried rioting. We tried separating. We tried building our own. We tried all of these things, right? But this is things that we have not tried. We haven't tried it. Get me Deuteronomy 28:1. Just read verse 1 and then jump to verse 7.
So Deuteronomy 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, Slaki, that Yahweh, thy power, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Will set you on high above all nations of the earth.
That's right. That's right.
He
So
said,
he said, listen. Go ahead.
You said 17, right?
Not 7. 7.
Oh, 7.
So if we listen to the Most High, He's going to put us above all nations of the earth. He's going to bless us. And here's one of the blessings if we listen, because this is the problem that's going on with us right now. And we're marching and we're chanting and we're going to daggone Michaels and getting poster boards and Sharpies and glue to put sticks on them and making signs. And we're walking with our enemy and trying to show love and say love trumps hate when Trump is nothing but hate. But that's another story for another day. The verse 7 is going to tell us what's going to happen to stop us from this. If we listen, He's going to give us these blessings. And verse 7, what's up?
I just thought about.
Yeah.
The Most High said in Deuteronomy 28 that He would set us like above all nations on the face of the earth.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking in the 60s when the Black Panthers was around and they had their black power signs and stuff, you never would have thought that you'd see a white person holding that same sign today.
Right.
And that's what they're doing.
That's right.
There's crackers with black power signs out there. Damn near cleaving to the cleaving. There was an Edomite out there that basically thought she was a black girl or something like that at camp this past Saturday, if y'all was watching a live. Wait till that video. It's going to be the most hilarious video you've ever seen in your life. She's screaming at an Edomite because she's acting like she's not an Edomite because she was raised by black people.
Well, I was funny that you say that. So I don't want to just say that in the 60s and stuff when they was holding these signs and all these things, you would have thought that Edomites would be doing it to this day, right? But it's one thing that these Edomites know in their spirit. Some of them know this. Give me this precept real quick. I'm sorry. Because just to go off of what you said. Proverbs 29 and 2. These people know this. Even though they're not trying to trade places right now, they know this in their spirit.
There's facts. It's a good scripture. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. This don't get brought out enough. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Even their people.
That's right. That's right. Now, give me one more. Proverbs 28 and 28. Because this is going with Trump. This is what his own people is doing this.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 28. I didn't have this highlighted. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, the righteous increase.
So after these people are eradicated off the earth, everybody's going to be fine. Everybody's going to be fine. But anyway, let's get back to it. We said Deuteronomy 28:1. We said if we listen, He's going to bless us, right? And this in verse 7, what He's going to keep us from, or what He's going to protect us from.
I didn't read that. Hold on, let me read that.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you a prelude. So what He's going to protect us from, which is in verse 7, right, is what we are trying to fix within our own selves right now, but we haven't tried what He said in verse 1. Verse 7, please. I don't want.
Deuteronomy 28 and 7. It says, Yahweh shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, but flee before thee 7 ways.
So it says the enemies that come against you are not our enemies coming against us, right? The police is coming against us. Trump is coming against us, right? He's trying to stop the word. He's trying to do all these different things. But right now we're talking about the police and police brutality, right? Because that's what you guys that are marching is trying to fix within yourself, right? So it says He's going to cause these people to be smitten in front of your face.
Yep.
And when they come against you, they're gonna run 7 ways. So I don't know how none of y'all houses look, okay, but we lived in the hood before. You know what I'm saying? We had family members and friends. So when your homeboy, you go in his house and he got roaches and the light cut on, how they that's how the heathen gonna be running. If we just follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. We just read what was it in 2 Chronicles 6 and 37. If we bethink ourselves, right, He's gonna hear our prayer and He's gonna answer it. That's all we gotta do. It's that simple. We always think we got to do something and take it in our own hands, and we don't have no power to do nothing. Because in Deuteronomy 28, it also says that
Might in your hands.
right in our hands. So what is these people is crazy. That's how you know your Christian pastor has led you astray, because he has not taught you this. You wouldn't be wasting your. I don't want to say this weekend. One of the elders in North Carolina, he said, y'all, instead of turning back to the Most High's laws, you will march until the soles of your shoes come to meet your dag on the bottom of your feet. Until you wear the soles of your shoes out. Now you got shoes on top of your foot and you walking on concrete with your bare foot. You would do that before you come to the law.
Before you commit the law says commandment. Yeah, facts.
Wow, bro. That's wild, right? But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Revelations 18:4.
Which one of them said that?
Huh?
Which one of them said that?
Priest Yakanan said that.
Yeah, okay.
Of Yahweh's king.
They're both funny. Shout out to Yahweh.
Yeah, him is Zaquan hilarious.
What you just asked me for?
18:4, Revelation.
Oh, dang. All right. This Revelation chapter 18, verse 4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Oh, hold on. Yeah. I
only had that, but I kept reading. Yeah, go ahead.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double. So this is saying we got to leave America. We got to stop marching. We got to stop doing the things that they want us to do, because at some point these people are going to get the cup of the Most High's fury, and it's going to be a double cup of destruction. You know what I'm saying? Like your brothers like to drink the syrup and stuff like that. You put the double cup up there, fill it up to the top and stuff like that. You know what you do in the world, right? That's what they gonna get. You feel me? They're gonna get that double cup of destruction. They're gonna be sipping syrup and they're gonna die on some UGK stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna get to verse.
That's gonna be the double cup of their destruction. That's the reward, right? It says reward her even as she rewarded you, right? We know the Most High kills brothers on drugs because that's their reward, right? He gives homosexuals AIDS and HIV because that's the recompense for their iniquity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is them. This is what's going to happen to America. And if we continue to stay in that mindset, right? If we continue to stay Stockholm Syndromed up, then we're going to partake in her sins and receive the double cup along with them. So you have to choose a side. Can't sit at the table of the Most High and sit at the table of devils.
Can't do it. I should have, I just wanted that scripture at first, but we got to go to verse 10. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going until verse 10.
All right.
So, you read verse in.
I read to 6.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore,
I'm gonna break that down. So, it said in verse 6, reward her even as she has rewarded you. So whatever she gets is because she gave this to you. So it says how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. How did she live deliciously? Off of the backs of the rape, the robbery, and the murder of the Hebrew Israelites, of God's chosen people. Right? That's how she lived deliciously. If she didn't have us over here, right? This place, I ain't gonna say this place would be desolate, because if she didn't come over here, the Native Americans would have this place popping like it should be. Vegetation would be everywhere. The air wouldn't be dirty, but their lands would be desolate, right? So it says they live deliciously, much torment and sorrow will come to her. So just as deliciously as she has the level of deliciousness, I will say, that she has partaken in this country, that same level that she got, the good times in America and all this good stuff that she's had, the riches, the wealth, all that stuff that she got through rape and robbery and murder, that same level is going to be her sorrow and her torment. It's gonna be that same level.
I gotta bring something out right quick because you said something,
Mm-hmm.
right? You mentioned how Esau, you know what I'm saying, like come over here and just tear everything up, make everything his type of society, right? And that's the reason why it's so messed up right now. There's a brother brought out earlier, right? When the righteous rule, people rejoice. When the wicked rule, people mourn. So since you mentioned Nick, Dad, you know what I'm saying? This is what Chief Two Eagles said about how it was before the white man got here, right? Says Indian Chief Two Eagles was asked by a white U.S. government official, which is how you know that this is the type of stuff they was doing to get our information. They would just go talk to one of our chiefs and stuff. And us being nice people, we wouldn't know that they was, you know, doing some underhanded stuff, you know what I'm saying? Their words were smoother than butter, but war was in their heart, you know what I'm saying? So they would go ask us things like this to find out how our society run, and then they do the opposite. So says, you have observed the white man for 90 years. You've seen his wars, his technology advances. You've seen his progress and the damage he's done. So this white man knows that even though he got all his technology, he's done a lot of damage. The chief nodded in agreement. The official continued, considering all these events, in your opinion, where did the white man go wrong? Chief Two Eagles stated to the government official, right? Well, he stared at the government official and then stated, when white men find land, Indians running it, no taxes, no debt, plenty buffalo, plenty beaver, clean water. Women did all the work. Medicine man's free. Indian man spent all day hunting and fishing and having sex all night. Says, then the chief leaned back and smiled. Only the white man's dumb enough to think he could fix a system like that. Right?
How do you perfect perfection?
You can't. Well, what they tried to do, they said a perfect system, and they said we're gonna go against it, and that's gonna be America. Great again. Right? That's what they want to make great. This was America when the real Americans lived here, right? And then make America great again is to give you taxes, right? To make sure your people have no land, to take away the buffalo and the beavers. We don't need beaver, but to take away the buffalo. Right. You feel me? So these type of things and stuff we got to realize, stuff we have to think about. This is the system that we had here, right? It was a system that, to the most part, coheres with the stuff that Israelites are about. You understand what I'm saying? And Esau went completely against us, gave us taxes, took away the stuff, no running water, concrete jungle, all that type of stuff, right? So this is the system that they have. That's justice to the white man. That's perfection to the white man. It's not even the type of perfection that a person of the earth would be thinking of, right? They like concrete, high buildings. We like to dwell in the tents and chill out with the family. You know what I'm saying? Two different people, two different spirits. So we have to keep that in mind. You'll never be hand in hand with the white man because you don't even think the same.
That's right. That's right. And I got scriptures on that, but that's for the friend scriptures.
Yeah.
Right. So we were just at Revelations. Let's see. And it said, well, she said in her heart, I said the queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. So she really believes. This place really believes that they will never see no end. But it's prophesied that they're going to be taken down. But we're going to see. Can you give me verse 8? I don't want.
Verse 8. Therefore shall their plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. The burning house that MLK integrated you guys to. For strong is Yahweh our power, who's judged her.
So suddenly one day, death and mourning and famine is just going to happen.
1 hour.
Be burned in an hour. He's going to destroy this place, and they think they're so big and bad that they're going to actually fight. In an hour, he's going to eradicate them. But keep going.
I'm about to say we got to read this. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour this judgment has come.
So all these nations that live deliciously with her, right?
Rob.
You know what I'm saying? All these nations that live deliciously with her, right? They're gonna cry for her. They're gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna lament. They're gonna mourn when they should see the smoke of her burning, right? Because all these nations have taken a part of the torment and the sorrow that she's given to us. I need a precept to back that up, though. I don't want. Can you give me First Maccabees 2:10?
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 10. Everybody says Shalom to King Icarab. The Scorpion King is in the house.
Shalom. He picked on me last Monday, but I forgive you.
First Maccabees 1:14.
Nah, First Maccabees 2:10.
Wow, I was all the way off. Look at that. Okay, First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 10. What nation had not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
So every nation that America deals with, or every nation under the sun, has taken part in this, right? Every nation has taken a part in this, right? They've gotten of our spoils. They robbed us, murdered us, raped us, had us in slavery, made their nations off of us, right? Every nation, but hopefully one day we'll get into that. So yeah, that's it on that one. Can you give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth Yahweh thy God require of thee, but to fear the Most High thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh thy Allah with all thy heart and all thy soul.
Keep going.
Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Most High God and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So there's one thing we haven't tried. And the water for Ottawa, y'all all for saying that statement, that stuck with me. Like that really stuck with me. We'll do anything. We'll even let a white man buy our organization that we say is for Black lives. And because he feels like because he has the money, he can catapult it to the next. We'll do anything but keep the laws of the Most High. We tried everything, but this is the one thing we haven't tried. That speaks for itself. Give me Sirach 34, verse 14.
This man said, I'm going to save all the Sirach scriptures.
Oh, dang. Hold on. Wait.
Say all the Sirach scriptures for the friends.
All of them. Yeah. I need this one.
You said 34:14? We could read that.
You said you want me to read it?
Yeah, I said we can read it.
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 34, verse 14. Whoso feareth Yahweh shall not fear, but shall not fear nor be afraid. For he is his hope. Blessed is the soul of him that feareth the Lord, and whom doth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stake. A defense from heat and a cover from the sun at noon. A preservation from stumbling and an help from falling.
So the Most High is our defense when we fear him. What's the fear of the Lord? To keep his commandments. That's the fear of the Most High. All we have to do is
the beginning of wisdom. Which is why none of them brothers and sisters out there marching is wise, because they would know that wouldn't be a thing to do. It's not gonna get you nowhere.
That's right. All you doing is you go on the daggone Payless and keep buying shoes. All you doing is wasting your money and getting tickets from parking, because I know they be giving out tickets.
You know, right? They ain't Payless. They going online getting them expensive running jogger shoes for $140 from Asics, and you know what I'm saying? They're going out there because they're like, we're going to be protesting for a long time. We're going to march until they change the law. So we're going to protest every single weekend, every single day until they change something. And they're not going to change it. That's why Adawan Yakana said that they just going to be marching till the soles of their feet come off. And then they got shoes on top of their feet, but they walking on concrete.
Yo, that's crazy. Right? So the Most High is our defense when we fear him. We activate his defense when we fear him, which is keeping the commandments. We brought it out earlier that our iniquity has put a barrier in between us and the Most High. Iniquity is transgression. Transgression of the law is sin. Our sins have put that barrier in between us and the Most High. Right? I got 4 more scriptures and I'm out of here.
Bro, they twerking and doing the electric slide, yo.
Yeah, bro.
Protest,
yeah.
bro.
The police was out there doing the swag surf. The black police was out there doing the swag surf. Instead of the black police saying we're going to stand with y'all, not as far as the protest, but we're gonna put our jobs on the line to fight.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. That's what. See, look, Don't Tase Hebrew just said that too. He said he's seen the LGBT doing the black electric slide with the popo. He had to say black electric slide because you know the white folks got one too, and it ain't ours.
It's showing that's the robot. They don't got no swag when they do theirs. It's the robot. You feel me? No seasoning, right? But instead of those police officers saying, you know what, we're gonna put our jobs on the line like Colin Kaepernick did. When we have these meetings and these fraternity of police little sessions, we're gonna speak up and we're gonna say something now. We just gonna go out there and put you back to sleep. We're gonna lull you to sleep by doing a daggone electric slide.
We doing the electric slide, they doing the static selective. They can't move.
Right. Give me Psalm 89 verse 18.
Psalm 89 and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Psalm verse 89 and 18, chapter 89 verse 18. For Yahweh is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our king.
Self-explanatory. He's our defense. And how do we get his defense? By fearing him. How do you fear him? To keep his commandments. Give me Proverbs 1. We're going to read 20 through 33. We just read it through smooth. We ain't got to stop.
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
I won't go stop you. She does what in the street?
Wisdom crieth without. She uttered her voice in the streets.
No, they go outside with some posters from Michael's and say no justice, no peace in March.
No, she utters her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief places of concourse.
I won't go stop
of her gates.
I won't go stop it. I'm sorry. But these pastors is out here trying to show they pork-filled faces, talking about all we have to do is march, and then we march and we walk. The walls are gonna come down like the walls of Jericho and all of that. But she does what? She crieth aloud. She does what in the street? She
uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of her gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye protest? No, it's like, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Right? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge.
What is the knowledge of the Most High, one?
The beginning of wisdom, the law, statutes, and commandments.
Hold up. Wait. You just said the knowledge is the wisdom, and the wisdom is the keeping of the Most High's laws. But the law was done away with, one, so knowledge must be done away with too, huh?
Nah, not unless you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got the spirit of stupid on them, and they can see or hear. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Only a stupid person would think that, because you still gotta have knowledge when you go to school, right? You gotta have knowledge when you're going into court, but you ain't gotta have knowledge on what your demands gonna be when you're protesting. Because Joel straight up asked the girl in the middle of the protest, who said, "You guys aren't doing anything. You're not making your impact. You're just standing on the street screaming at people." Okay, we're screaming our demands though. We're screaming, uttering our voices in the concourse of the streets, right? In the chief places of concourse, right? We're uttering that things need to change and how need to change. Y'all are marching through the streets, the chief place of concourse, uttering Black Lives Matter, and there's no such damn person as a black person on the planet. You're uttering justice, no peace, and there ain't been no damn justice yet, so you're not gonna get no peace, right? I was about to say what happened to you, bro, but like you're not going to get any justice because there is no peace. So how exactly do you expect that to happen? You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. If there's no peace, how are you going to get justice? So you're screaming no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, but they're telling you and showing you they're not going to give you no justice. So that means they're telling you if y'all want something to change, you're either going to march your whole life or I don't know what. But they're telling you straight up, if we're not going to give you no peace, well, y'all not going to give us no peace, we're not going to give you no justice. So that means it's going to be forever just be mayhem until it's time to get up out of here, which is what we've seen, right? So
the Israelite, it's funny because Preacher Akhenaten said another thing. All them white folks was marching past. They teaching. And he said, how can you be protesting for us in our place? He said, how dare you do that? And you don't know what our demands are. He said the same thing. How dare you? What do we want? How do you know what we want? You want to know what we want? Come over here. Guess what they kept doing? Just walking past, holding their signs like this.
No, the girl that was talking to Joel had a sign in her hand that said, never give in. But I was like, you gave in when you start walking with the person that put you in the situation. You gave in when you start marching with the person that killed your brother Trayvon, that killed your brother Mark, that killed your brother Philando, that killed your sister Icod. You know what I'm saying? You gave in when you went to march with these crackers. So how you never gonna give in? Never give up, never give in. March to the death. Okay, y'all could do that. Y'all march till your feet fall off and see if they change anything after y'all feet on the ground in 5 points. Go ahead, Ak.
That's right. So your Christian pastor is supposed to have knowledge, but knowledge is law, statutes, and commandments. But they don't teach the law, statutes, and commandments. The pastor is supposed to be in the chief place of concourse, crying aloud in the streets, right? Saying how long you simple ones you love simplicity, right? And fools hate knowledge. But they're supposed to be giving you the knowledge, but they don't believe in the law, statutes, and commandments. So this precept right here is telling you off the rip that these Christian pastors that show their face out there, they just there to be seen. That's all that is, right? But let's keep going. I don't want. I'm not going to stop you until 33 now. I had to get that out.
All right, come. Said I'm gonna start at verse 22 again. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. I gotta kind of break that down a little bit. The reason he's doing that to us is because you see, we're the only ones being shot in the streets. It ain't a white man that's got shot yet. Ling Ling ain't been shot yet. Ping Ping ain't been shot yet. You know what I'm saying? Akeem Olajuwon ain't got shot yet.
Yep. So
when are we gonna? When are our people gonna realize it's only happening to us because the Most High only called us, right? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans are getting killed. Look, Negroes only. Don't tell me Hispanics getting killed in the street because I just told you Ling Ling, Ping Ping, and Olajuwon ain't getting killed, but Mike Ramos is getting killed, right? Dion Cortez is getting killed. Mike Ramos is getting killed.
Yep.
And guess what? The three of them don't look like me or Judah. Right? So, reading on. Says, turn you at, verse 24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. So, you have the brothers out there on the street corners telling you what you're supposed to be doing, and instead the water Nathaniel for the donation. But yeah, so we got the people out here that are protesting with the folks and not realizing that they're not going to get anything out of it because they're literally going against the counsel of the Most High God. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear coming. So the Most High saying he's gonna mock y'all, man. He ain't playing. You feel what I'm saying? He's gonna mock you guys and make sure that you all keep being a laughing stock, right? He started this George Floyd challenge because y'all decided to protest after the fact, right? Now black kids, white kids are together, putting their knees on each other's necks and showing, hey, I can breathe.
Guns brothers back, but it's always the Jake on the ground. And
always Jake on the ground, right? Yeah. And Esau with the knee on the neck and not the other way around, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the way it's intended to be. So verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. So he's saying when it's time for everything to come crashing down, when this race war starts, that's when the people are going to be like, them Israelites was right. But it's already going to be too late. We're going to be in whatever spot the Most High has us in where we're safe from the bull, right? And they're going to be the ones going through Jacob's trouble. You feel me? That's how it's going to work. We're going to be straight in our gates. Hopefully have a little community by then, or multiple communities, because, you know, not all camps going to agree, but we are going to get it right. So they're going to be out there, and then once they see we're straight, they're going, oh, damn, them brothers was right. They was telling the truth. And that's when you're going to see them all trying to get with us, right? All them Eves that was twerking and dancing in front of the police going to be coming to try to marry your brother. That's when them 7 sisters could cleave unto one man just for his last name and the ability to stay with him in the time of trouble. This is when you're going to see those type of things happening, because the brothers and sisters that are in the world right now protesting for their life are going to realize that the protest isn't going to do anything. But it's going to be too late by the time they realize it. Verse 28, then shall they call upon me, and I will not answer. And they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So they're going to seek him as soon as they know, oh, them brothers was right. But it's already going to be too late, right? For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High, right? We rejected knowledge, so he rejected us, as it says in Hosea 4:6. That's the first scripture we brought out, right? He said we're supposed to be a nation of kings and priests. If the Most High rejects you and you won't be a priest unto him, you're not going to be in a nation either. Do y'all understand that? It's not just we're going to reject you because we don't want you to be a priest in Israel. No, if he rejects you to be a priest, you're not going to be an Israelite either. Because we're supposed to be a nation of kings and priests. The priesthood being the most important thing of our rulership, or our time of rulership, because we're supposed to be preaching the law, statutes, and commandments of our God to the other nations. That's our light, right? So we have to keep that in mind too. Everybody that's not in this truth is going to die, is going to fall to the sword. They're going to be part of the 2/3 simply because they rejected the Most High's knowledge and decided to march. Verse 29, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. So that's what it is. Because they despised the reproof and they hated knowledge, the Most High is rejected. Go ahead, Al.
Come on. Let's see. Here.
So we're going to have to wrap it up soon.
All right. Yeah, I only got 2 more. 2 Chronicles 7:14.
2 Chronicles 7:14. All right. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. For my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Right. So that's all we got to do. One thing we haven't tried. We haven't humbled ourselves, seek the Most High's face. Right? We haven't prayed. We ain't done none of that. If we just turn from our wicked ways, that's all we got to do. Right? So that barrier can be lifted between us and the Most High, and we could get up out of here. He can go ahead and eradicate this place for the things that they've done, and we could be back on top. But see, your Black Lives Matter people, y'all don't want to be on top. You want to be equal. And that is a lick of sense. All right, there's one thing we haven't tried. We tried everything else. I keep saying that. Tried everything else. My last scripture is going to be Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Ooh, a good one. And don't tase me when I said about the girls coming through. I ain't talking about concubine. I'm talking about actual Israelite women, right? Not no roots, but like, you know, some Marys. You know what I'm saying? So some of Deborahs. So that's what we got going on. It's gonna be a bunch of them coming through trying to be righteous because they're like, oh, them brothers was telling the truth. Let's stop twerking and showing our behind in front of the police. Let's go get us one of them good men, right?
Right.
So that's how it's gonna happen. But this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right. So all in all, the conclusion of the whole thing is to fear the Most High. How do you fear him? It's keeping the commandments. So he said it twice. fear the Most High, keep His commandments, and because this is the whole duty of man. This is all we got to do. This is our only job. You got one job.
Right.
Fearing the Most High is synonymous with loving Him.
You got one job. It ain't the job that the white man gave you.
You got one job, right? Keep His commandments. And His commandments aren't grievous, so it's not hard to do. Turn back to the Most High's laws. Keep His commandments, same thing. Love the Most High, same thing. Fear the Most High, same thing. Right? Same thing. All four things. Fear the Most High. I mean, keep His commandments. That's all this is talking about. Keep His commandments. It's not hard to do. Quit wearing out the soles of your shoes, okay? And then you're going to go to Ling Ling to get a daggone pedicure because your feet, right? That's the only thing you got to do. Fear the Most High. Keep His commandments. The whole duty of man. So I will ask you again, are you insane? Right?
Are you insane?
All right. So
are we just some stupid niggas without a brain?
Living of the hood. So, all right. So with that, that's my lesson. I'm Brother Judah.
Hey, I'm Brother Esau. Can't get away. We ain't said in a couple weeks. Y'all thought y'all made it up out of here, but you ain't. Nah, sir.
You can't get away.
I hate Edom, also known as you crackers. And my brothers do too.
You damn right.
So we are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our hope, prayer, and desire for the Most High God that all Israel might be saved. That's right. Romans 10:1, the credo, right? So with that, hope y'all join us next weekend. If I can go live, I'm charging the phone right now. I'm gonna see if I can go live off the StreamYard for the Unity Camp. So y'all stay tuned for that too. If not, it'll probably be live on somebody's Facebook on the Sons of Thunder Israelites page. So look out for both of those. They already started at 6:30, so I'm a little bit late, but I'm about to dip out and pull up over there right now. So next week we will talk more on this topic. We're gonna bring out the part about the friends, right? And I got some stuff speaking on unity that I want to bring out while he brings that out as well for our people, right? And how we need to separate from the enemy. Because at the end of the day, this Black Lives Matter movement, I might bring out this is perfect. We're gonna start that friend lesson next week, and at the end of it, we're gonna bring out the beginning of the Boule lesson to let you guys learn about the gatekeepers and how that whole thing started. Because at the end of the day, the Black Lives Matter thing is just another form of the gatekeepers. Because Al Sharpton and Farrakhan have kind of lost their touch a little bit with the people, right? Jesse Jackson is no longer a big name, so they had to come up with something different, and that's the Black Lives Matter movement. So they put two young lesbians at the front of it, and now they've sold the movement to Edom. You know what I'm saying? Edom's using it for their own benefit. So we have to keep that in mind. And most of the people protesting don't even know that white folks own the movement now. So it's Black Lives Matter owned by Esau all day long, right? No different than the jail. Black Lives Matter in jail too, because they need Black lives to keep the jail running. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned next week. We will get back into it. I want to say this now. I'm not going to talk about Ruth no more. Our stance is our stance. I can take it or leave it. What's that? Yeah, put it on the table. I ain't ate yet. I'm about to be finished now. So Pop's bringing me food. All right, so look. So that's what we have to think about, right? We have to keep that in mind at all times and just be willing to listen to the truth, right? To all you people that you notice in these protests to come watch these videos, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all like the video on the way up out of here so Israel can see it, because we're not going to be on at 9:30. So got to make sure that they send out the notifications. So hit the like button.
At 9:30. Share it at 9:30.
Yeah. No, share it at 9:30. So on your social media platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, man, that's it. Hope y'all stay tuned next week. Hope the lesson was edifying for y'all. And any way possible that you could look at the live, I believe Sakari and HOI are both going to be there with us. So y'all should be able to see the live, either if it's on my StreamYard or one of theirs. Somebody's going to be recording it. So stay tuned. They should be live right now because we were supposed to start at 6:30. I don't know yet, but between now and 10 o'clock, we're going to be out there. So y'all be on the lookout. Shout out to the milk deliverers of Israel. We the real milk deliverers. We all know we're all part of those occults. I don't understand what you're trying to say. This ain't no occult. But yeah. So I'm leave it there, right? In my white man voice, I'm leave it there. So
he said we all know they're a part of all the
oh,
cults.
All right, yeah, they part of them occults. But like I said, shout out to the milk deliverers because we got the real milk. You know what I'm saying? We as in Israel, right? So that's that, man. The milk don't inspire. Hope y'all got it. Got a good digestion of it. We're gonna be back next week with it. So that's it, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right.